Are you streaming this?
Yeah.
Hello, live from Anime Expo.
Wanna say hi to your mum?
Hi, mom.
Yeah.
I'll be scared if my mom actually is on Twitch. Look at our booth space right now. So they're gonna like clear up stuff, so we're gonna put some walls there. There's a walkway around here.
Finally got the booth running. Everyone seems to be having a good time. It's day 0, so not too many people because you have to pay extra to get in right now. But things are looking good.
Day 1, people are still sleeping.
Has it moved yet?
Yeah, it has. It's moved quite a bit, but
Try jittering it like up and down.
jeez. I take back what I said.
And it's the same with my max zoom as well, like with the other lens on. You wanna just wait there?
Gentlemen, how are you this morning?
Or should you be filming this? We're not eating yet at the booth. Not at all.
Alright. Everyone, your bags behind the wall.
Shadowverse, cars, posts.
Today we're at day 1. It's 10 in the morning. We just opened up. People are starting to flock in, so let's see how today goes.
When I looked at this game, I was like, oh, a cool game to work on my reactions. And at first I was like under the spell of like, oh, it'll help you in League of Legends. Oh, I'll join it. And now here I am like years later.
You
like,
still play League? No?
It's kind of crazy thinking like how different my life would be without this game.
All of you played in this tournament, right? Yeah, pretty much. So this tournament, it was originally supposed to be a casual blitz, so 1v1, but next thing you know, it ended up being a fairly serious thing. Originally the plan was to be only using the default skin, but it was kind of funny how everyone got out of their way to try to get their skin into the client.
Well, it was definitely kind of intimidating getting used to a new setup on the go, but it was a fun experience. I liked being able to face people at a LAN, which is something I've never actually done. Exhilarated, honestly. It was a lot of fun, yeah.
So what has happened today that's caught your attention the most? Like right now we've seen lots of things just happen. There was a tournament, there was a showcase. What do you think is most memorable for you today so far?
Well, I actually got the opportunity to meet a lot of people that I haven't had the chance to meet yet in person, and that's been a lot of fun. That's been very memorable for me.
He'll memorize anything if you can use it as leverage to roast you.
Right, that seems about right.
So the only thing I had in mind when I was organizing this is that I wanted a space where the community can gather. That's why we left a lot of open area. Like the initial plans were to have a lot more PCs and just let people play the game. And I'm like, no, I really want to cut back on that and just have open space because I knew we were going to get a lot of people who just wanted to talk, share their experiences, how they played the game. Yeah.
I know that you do like a ton of work for like this tournament, or not this tournament, this whole event. But even if you hadn't done any work and you were just here, your presence like at an event like this means that it's taken a lot more seriously and it feels a lot more official for everyone who's here. So not just for us, but for everyone who's coming to the booth, it's like a very, very special thing to be able to meet the creator of a game that a lot of people at least like have a very strong passion for. So thank you for all the hard work that you put in, and thank you for just like showing up, because that's a really cool experience.
So I had a lot of people saying thanks to me, and I appreciate that, but I also want to say thanks back because I mean the only reason I continue to do this and spend 95% of my waking hours working on us is because of the community members. Like the fact that people are enjoying themselves and turning up at these events just keeps me going. On top of that, a couple of you said it's a once in a lifetime thing. I hope that we can hit like a 20-year anniversary and do this again. I would like to visit more countries in the future, so I do hope, like, you know, we have a lot of people in Europe that play, and Russia is really huge these days, and I've had several people walk up to me at this event and be like, please come to our convention as well. We're running our own fan booths and we want you there. And I'm sad that I can't visit all those, but you know, I'm also developing a game and keeping the community running, so limited time, we'll try and do our best to continue having events like this, because as these guys say, LAN tournaments are the way things should be, like meeting face to face with your opponent and seeing their emotions as you beat them or they beat you. I think it makes a much better experience.
I think what stood out most to me was I had a couple like kind of younger kids who were just walking around the booth, and they were like looking around, like they would see one person and their eyes would light up and like this like new person that they know, or like I heard one kid like squeak when he yelled peppy. And I thought it was the cutest thing ever because he like ran over to him. Like a lot of the people that are here are also part of the community. Like I know that the people in this like interview are like well known within the community, but everyone here is a part of it, and it's really cool to see everyone interacting, and that's what I like about it.
I need to do some washing. I ran out of clothes.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Uh-oh. It's leaking like fuck.
I remember that. Hello! Guys! I'd just like to say thanks to everyone for coming and everyone for playing us. Like, this game would be nothing without this community. I wouldn't be developing it if it wasn't for everyone that plays it. So, thanks to everyone here. Have a good day. Have a good rest of Anime Expo. Thanks.
See you next time.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Okay, day 3. We need coffee, so we're gonna get coffee. Coffee is very important.
Hello, we're right now at Anime Expo 2017. Today is day 3, and since things are kinda like died down a bit, so let's check out the booth. Come. Alright, so if you're an OS player and you key in your detail and drop a message about what OS means to you, you'll get a free goodie which I don't have on the table right now, but as you can see, this is one of the goodie. I'll just rip one for you right now. Right inside we have 3 awesome postcards, all designed, all illustrated by Hyuta. We have a 10th anniversary sticker, we have a peppy and mocha, and we have a pin badge. It's all free. All you need to do is just log into your OS account, drop a message, and then you'll get one. Let's move on. Over here we have the standee artwork by Annie and Scotty F. They're pretty huge. Totally intentional. Over here is where all the players get to test out the game if they haven't, or they just simply want to like show off their skills, their elite skills. These computers are extremely overpowered. They are, have i7 specs SSD with a 144Hz panel. It's overkill. And also like we provide tablets, mouse, and also we have a special one with a touch screen. Pretty cool. Over here now, over here we have one of our volunteers are excited. This is Jim. He's one of the volunteers. He helps. He recruits the volunteers.
Yeah, I have recruited all volunteers over. I actually was the first one to ask Peppy if he wanted to come to AX.
So I had no idea it was going to turn out like this. I didn't think it was going to work out, but here we are.
Thank you for inviting us.
I haven't eaten in 20 hours.
Wait, are you real?
Yeah, I haven't eaten.
Alright, over here we have a 4K panel, and with this 4K panel we've been playing some random videos, all the meme-tastic video that we collected from the community. We asked on the internet, hey, can you like submit some meme-tastic videos? And boom, we put them on the screen. Right, over here, as you can see, we have a lot of these cube chairs. We just spread them around. So we just spread them around, and so people can just chill with the stuff, with the top players and stuff like that. What else do we have? I'm not sure. I think that's all. Let's bug Peppy. Hey Peppy, you have anything you want to say? Since it's AX D3 and now it's 5. What do you think so far?
It's 5 already. Yeah, today's gone quite fast.
Yeah. So
had some good tournaments going.
Peppy is busy dealing with new people right now. I mean, they were signing up and stuff. I guess that's all from AX D3. See you guys again. We'll be here until D4 tomorrow until 3 p.m. That's all. See you around.
Oh, at the front.
I told Chippy to come down the front.
Yeah.
Okay, so his name is?
His name is Chippy,
Probably purple
aka
jacket.
Shannon.
Okay, let me go check.
I thought I'd get
Purple tweed jacket.
Check, check, 1, 2.
We good to start? Hey guys. I'm Dean, more commonly known as Peppy, and welcome to the OS panel. Thanks a lot for coming along. So I'm sure most people are aware, but the idea of OS is not actually my original idea. There's a couple of Nintendo games. They made OS Tatakai Ouendan, which is a Japanese version, very similar to the OS gameplay. It was only available on Nintendo DS. Yeah, and that's I guess where the whole idea of OS started. I used to play in my lunch hours. I was working at a supermarket at the time. I used to hear songs on the radio, and I could just see the beat maps in my head, and I wanted to make them. So I went home one day, I think it was on my birthday in 2007, and just said, okay, I'm going to give this a try. Spent like 12, 16 hours on it, and came up with the first iteration of OS. And this is how it looked after like 12 or 24 hours. It had an editor from the start. There was no real complicated main menu or online systems or anything, but you could place beats. There was no beat snapping, so you had to be very, very accurate with how you were placing them. There was no timing mechanisms or anything. Soon after that, I gave it to some friends, and those friends were really interested in the game, so I worked on it more. Eventually we got to the point where...
I'm not judging.
I should really introduce these guys as well. This is HappyStick, and that's Toy. They're two, I'm sure you're all aware of them. They stream on Twitch. They're pretty prominent community members. And yeah, this is Flyte, the designer. This is how it looked. I think it's a video, but I'm not sure. Katamari, represent. And yeah, at first it was I mean, from the start, people were able to make maps for the game. It was always about letting the users create the content.
It was really funny. Like some of the old forum posts, like, thank you for spending 5 minutes making a map. Here you go. Here's your ranked status.
Yes, ranked.
I tried your map. It looks all
untimed
good.
beats all over the place, overlaps. No concept of beat spacing. How many of you have mapped for us out there? Given it a try, yeah?
I tried.
We're trying to make it more friendly going forward, so I hope a lot more people get into mapping because it's really fun to do. So I was hosting it on my own PC at home originally. Eventually that just fell over. It couldn't handle the load, more people kept coming. And this is kind of how things have looked over the years as far as population of the game.
I don't have the more recent years on there, but up to 2015 it was pretty linear growth. At the moment it's kind of stagnant, but it's not dropping. So it's been organic growth completely. I've never advertised the game. It's word of mouth is what spreads it. So, you know, I never really saw it being a source of revenue for myself. It was always a hobby project. So the only reason I started accepting donations and supporter tags and that stuff is because people kept asking me. They were adamant that they wanted to give me money. So that's how it started to become more of a commercial venture. Yeah, so jumping forward, the community kept getting bigger and bigger. We had to get a lot of volunteers on board to manage the beatmap submissions, the moderation of forums, the in-game chat, you know. We have tournaments running. So over the years, we've started doing official tournaments, Os World Cup. I'm sure everyone's seen that on Twitch.
And it's the final jump. That is going to be it. USA is going to be your 2015 OSU World Cup victors.
These are just some stats on the current community. 1 million unique players, that's per month. We see 1 million accounts logged into, and that's at least one play on the game. 260,000 each day. That's a huge number. 20,000 concurrent players connected to the servers at once, usually on weekends. 140 million plays per month. And yeah, every country. So just touching on our revenue stream, yeah, the only source of revenue we have is really supporter tags, and I have to thank you guys for continuing to support the game. We're hoping to add more benefits for having a supporter tag, but it's never going to be anything which cuts people off from things which you can do in the game. I like to call us free to win because you can completely, you know, obliterate the game without having supporter. It doesn't mean anything. I like to keep things community driven, as you probably know. We're always listening. We actually had a discussion earlier this week saying that there's a bit of disconnect with the team and we'll probably touch on that a bit later, but yeah. We're always trying to improve things, so I've had a lot of feedback at the booth from people that have come to visit, and we always take that on board and try and work things out. Quickly touching on song licensing, because I know if I don't touch on it here, I'm going to get it asked in the questions and answers, so it's best to get out of the way. From the start, obviously, I made it because I wanted to play the songs which I wanted to play in the game, and it kind of took off bigger than I expected. So there's a lot of user uploads which don't necessarily have correct licensing, as you probably know. We handle this via the DMCA takedown process. When I have someone contact me about their music being used in the game, I explain the game to them, and quite often they're just okay with it being used. So we're basically, I'm trying to spend all the extra money we have to put it back into the artists, you know, just so we can keep the game running. As I mentioned, we have a featured artist program. These are our current featured artists. We've got a lot more coming, so look forward to seeing some really cool music coming on board in the coming months and years. Yeah, nekodex is over there. He's the guy who made circles. And yeah, the team, I mean, we have a few people working full-time, mostly on development, a couple of support stuff. I try and keep the team as small as possible because I don't like to have middle management. I like to make sure I know everything that's going on in the game community. Most of the stuff we're doing to be as transparent as possible, open source, trying to get a lot more of the stuff we need done back into the community just so you guys can help out rather than me trying to create this big team and not being able to manage it. I really, I'm a developer at heart, so managing a team is not really what I ever wanted to do, and I don't think I'm good at it. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Laser. Who's familiar with the Laser project? It's like, yeah, whoa, that's a good number of people. Anyone who hasn't heard of Laser, we've basically been working on it for the last year and a half. It's the future of us. It's going to replace the current version, and it's the reason we haven't really been doing much on the stable release. We haven't had new feature releases or anything. All the developers agreed that we need to start from scratch. When you're working on a project over 10 years, the code builds up into a very bad state unless you take very good care of it, and I did not take good care of it. There was a lot of the code which I wrote in 2007 still in the project, and it was such a mess that it was impossible to get it out. So we just decided to go from scratch. So that's Laser. I'm going to quickly go through it and then we'll... I think I went through these points anyway, but yeah, it's basically a rewrite from scratch. It's completely open source. We have quite a few people in the community that are contributing to the code base, and a few of them actually came along to the booth. It was really nice to meet them. If anyone's interested in the development side, I write on my blog, as I mentioned before. Come visit there. We also have a Discord channel where we go through all the development stuff. Everything is transparent, so everything we are discussing in the development team is in that Discord. Okay, so this is Laser. It's a completely fresh interface. We tried to, I'll just turn that down a bit. We tried to make every transition in the game kind of flow into each other, so you can exit transitions halfway through and it works. I just exited the game, but
it works.
Do you want to say anything before we go into the questions and answers? Just explain what the community is to you.
Yeah, so I will shortly go over our life stories. I myself have been playing for the embarrassing amount of 9 years. I started out in 2008, which is a year, well, this is the 10th anniversary, so that's a year after the actual game release. And actually over time, I've just got more and more serious about my involvement, both as a player and as a community member, to the point where basically everything surrounding Osu has determined where my life is at this point. So a personal thank you to Happy and the team.
I joined in the summer of 2013. I was playing a Flash game called Realm of the Mad God at the time. I played Osu on the side, and once I started playing that a lot more, I became obsessed with it became less about myself trying to become a part of the community and more me trying to help everyone else feel like they were also a part of it. So I always keep my PMs open and try to talk to everyone, and I tried my hand at streaming, but it's very exhausting. I don't know how you do it, but yeah, I'm not.
You get used to it. Yeah. I feel like it's frequently understated how important, Peppy's approach has been over the years to building the community that we have today, and no matter what way you look at it, is absolutely amazing. It just really is.
Thanks for everyone. Thanks for coming along. I think we have to stop there because we hit the time limit. But come visit our booth if you haven't already. We're going to be there. If you want to ask any more questions, we'll have a conversation. Thanks.
So wait, so just about the booth?
Yeah, about the booth, about us, whatever you want to say, dude.
I love playing Osu and being part of the community.
Us is the greatest game.
It's been a very great experience.
With the friends I've made and the people in the community, I probably wouldn't be really doing anything right now.
I was burning out on Osu, but coming here has given me newfound motivation.
Happy 10th anniversary of Osu.
Thank you guys for coming, and peace out.
Thank you, everyone, and I hope everyone here had a great time.
All right, it's the end of day 4. It's like 4 in the afternoon. We're all pretty much dead tired, cleaning up. But all in all, good times.